What is going on, everyone? My name is JX and welcome back to the channel. Today I have an awesome video. I actually have a breakdown of Inside the Contest Episode 1, hosted by Kabam Miike, and I am so excited, man. This is a series that I've always wanted something like it for Kabam, because I love having what's next for the contest, along with some really cool teases. Now, it's a 13-minute video, so I'm not going to be going over everything in the video, just kind of teases or information you might have not seen or heard of before you watch the video. And so if you want to watch the video, it's in the description below. It's a 13-minute video, goes over a lot of stuff with Summoner Showdown, with the Overseer, with Purgatory, with American Chavez, which is really awesome, with Hercules. So it's a lot to watch. It's such a great episode. I can't wait for more episodes. And yeah, let's dive right into it. So first off is actually the logo of the things, and what I find interesting about them is that it kind of looks like the originals Contest Champions logos from back in the 80s and 90s. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's a little tease or just like a really cool font. They're like, dude, we gotta pull that off. Which they quite did. Look at that. It looks really awesome. The next thing is Kabam Miike himself. If you've noticed something, he's wearing an X-Men t-shirt. Now, you might not think anything of it because, he's working for Marvel. It's a Marvel video game. He's wearing a Marvel t-shirt, right? Well, this is a July event, right? He's teasing the July event with American Chavez and Hercules. But what's interesting about August is that August or September for the past 3 years has always been a mutant event. So I don't know. I think he's, maybe he's subconsciously teasing that we're getting a mutant event in August. I mean, I don't know. It just could be speculation because obviously there's always a mutant event in August or September. So you can fact check this. You can fact check this yourself. But Kitty Pryde has been teased to come this year along with Nimrod. So I am very, very excited, and I really hope that we do get a mutant event in August. It'll be really, really cool. And all right, so let's move on, and actually let's go to the Overseer concept art, which is really interesting. I wanted to share this real quick because first off, the Overseer is actually the most accurate maestro we have in the comic books, or based off the comic books in the game. His outfit's 100% from the comics. The only thing that's different is that he has this Infinity Gauntlet with the Cosmic Cube. That's totally Kabam. And then actually the trophies around his belt are pretty new, or just new because he doesn't actually have them around his belt in the comics. He has them in the trophy room. And then his younger appearance is not something that we haven't seen in the comic books. It's just something we shortly saw in the comic books if you read the 2020 Maestro comics. So just something that a lot of people didn't know is that this is actually the most accurate comic book version. So a lot of people were like, why don't we get this Kabam creation of the Maestro? And it's like, no, this is actually almost like 100% original. Is not 100% not original from the comics, but he's really cool. If you read the story this month, he actually goes around and oversees the guillotines. He's kind of overseeing their weapons and their swords because he kind of wants that sword for himself, and so it's actually kind of what sparked Purgatory, getting them two together, and it's really interesting. If you want to read that, I have it on my channel as well. But something around his belt is really interesting because it's actually kind of funny, and I'll explain why. So around his belt was obviously the Magneto's helmet, and then you have Dr. Doom's face mask. But what on his left side of his belt is Loki's horns. Yeah, you're like, why isn't that in the game? But I think what's interesting about, first off, because I think it's a lot of clipping just because of the horns. But if you actually look at the Maestro concept art, he actually has Loki's horns again. So it's kind of funny that Kabam created concept art for two Maestros. They both had Loki's horns. So I don't know what that means for the Maestro and the Overseer, but I just thought it was kind of a cool little detail you might have missed. But anyways, let's move on. So actually, here's like a little thing of Kabam Miike in the Kabam offices. You actually have the Dave & Buster's arcade machine where you can actually win a bunch of cards. Here's the Series 1 cards. They actually came out with Series 2 cards. just a couple weeks ago, which is pretty cool. You can get some really cool stuff from there. And to the right of him is actually some really cool stuff. You actually have some Funko Pops from Kabam that you can actually get to yourself, along with the ISO 8 trophy spear, which you got for actually winning. MSD has one, and so does Anchor Danger. I think another person has one as well, which is really awesome. And then you can actually see a 2-star crystal along with some mini crystals that kind of look like this. This is 3D printed by Moose, but you get the thing that it's a 3D print crystal. And then on the bottom you get like the shelf, right? And below that shelf is actually Aegon's helmet, which is kind of cool because that actually was like a raffle thing at New York Comic Con. So yeah, pretty sick. And then to the left or to the right of his helmet, which looks like it's glowing, which is awesome, is a daily crystal. And then to the right of that is actually the board game of the contest. So it's actually pretty sick. But what's interesting is to the left of the board game is this book that I just showed you, right? The Art of the Battlerealm book. But what's interesting about that book is that it's not the carbon copy of my book. As you see, like, look at the bottom left. That's the Marvel logo, red, white. But on the bottom left, it's gold. And then mine's gold text, and theirs is white text. So I don't know if that's teasing a second Art of the Battlerealm book, or maybe Art of the Battle, like, I don't know. Like, is it the Art of the Battle World book? Kabam Gabe said that a couple months ago that they could do a whole other MROC book if they wanted to. And I would love it, man. I would love an MROC book. I would love another MCOC book. There's a lot of stuff in the contest that's changed since 2018 because we defeated Thanos, and then Chrono Servant became our next big enemy. So I'm really excited. If there is another book, I would definitely buy it and totally make a video on it. These are all available online, especially from Amazon. You can get them sealed and whatnot, so it's really cool. All right, so moving on is the big reveal, which was America Chavez, and I've actually done an America Chavez fan build. I just, a little self-promotion because this is kind of how I thought she would work in the game. We still haven't seen her abilities and whatnot, but it's just pretty cool that a couple months ago I made a fan build with Moose, and so this is really cool. And the thing about her is that she actually is in the Contra Champions comic books. Here we have is the 2015 to 2016 Contra Champions comic books, and she was actually a part of the Ultimates. So there's her with King T'Challa, Captain Marvel, Photon, and Blue Marvel, which we actually have Captain Marvel Classic already in the game. She's a 2014 champ. We have Black Panther, who's a 2014 champ. Even though Civil War Black Panther is actually our T'Challa in the contest. But yeah, we have Blue Marvel in the community vote who lost. We have Photon, who I think is joining the game this year. I think she's so cool. And yeah, she's actually in the contest champions book that I would love to see all of them out of the game. But gameplay wise, she looks exactly how I thought she would. She's going to have a lot of star powers, a lot of physical force, a lot of flying mechanics, a lot of dimension breaking mechanics. Her suit's exactly how I thought it would be, which is really awesome. Yeah, Miss America looks sick, man. So she's obviously, America Chavez, Miss America. She looks awesome. I cannot wait to have her in my roster. She just looks so cool. Like, what a champion to bring with Hercules. I am so glad they actually teased her back in the beginning of this month, which is Pride Month. So they released a picture of 4 Pride characters, and she was on it. So I was like freaking out. I was like, no way, we're getting America Chavez. And yeah, no, I was right. We are getting America Chavez, which is pretty sick. And something you probably didn't notice is that when look at that, there's like this red light, right? And this is actually something from the comic books. And it's funny that we had Kabam Miike be the host of this event because in the comics, she actually goes to a different dimension in the comic books, and it's actually a pure concussive force of red energy force, which is Cyclops' beams. So he has his own dimension, which is something they built in the comics a couple years ago, where if you have an energy source, that energy source comes from its own singular dimension. And so this is actually her going to that singular dimension. And the thing about it is they explain this so Franklin Richards could be explained, where he actually taps into everyone's forces, which is interesting. And then actually having Cyclops have his own, which have his eyes are portals to this dimension, which then all the energy leaks from his eye or shoots out from his eyes, and that's how they explained his powers recently. It wasn't always this way. It was just a recent change, which is kind of interesting. Another dimension she goes to, I think, is Atlantis, I want to say. It's kind of hard to say, but yeah, I think it's Atlantis, which is pretty cool. And then the yellow energy beams, the yellow energy I don't know. There's a lot of people with yellow energy. But yeah, it could be, take your best guess. All right, my last thing is actually where she fits on the State of the Battlerealm map, because, like I said, she's already part of the Ultimates, which can connect to Black Panther, and I already said that Monica Rambeau is also part of the Ultimates, so I would love to see these two characters join. Now, they're not joining the same month, so Monica Rambeau, there's not enough information to say she is coming to the game, but there is a spot connecting all the Captain Marvels to Kang and Skrull. I don't know how America Chavez could fit in that spot, so I put Monica Rambeau and then America Chavez connecting to Black Panther. I'm really excited for this, and I think that's the right way to go. If you have any guesses where they could go, or if you want to debunk my guesses, go ahead. I would love to be proven wrong. But yeah, that's everything for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, because man, I'm really excited for this event. It's gonna be really cool. America Chavez looks sick. Hercules looks awesome. Like I said, I didn't go over everything in the video, but if you want to check it out, check it out. And yeah, guys, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for checking this video out. Peace out, everyone. And yeah, see you guys later.